YouTube, what's going on? Hey, I was just watching Dark Doc 1985's video on how he is glad that he did not get a PS5. And I'm like, it's fair. He got exactly what he wanted. And the PS5 and the games that's on the PS5 doesn't appeal to him at all. That's fair. I respect that. And I was thinking as I'm listening to his video, and I'm like, man, that's exactly how I feel about the Xbox Series X. Like, there is nothing about it that makes me want it at all. You know what's funny? The Xbox One, when it came out, the launch games that came out for it made me want one. But I was not bending to Microsoft's anything, to their Xbox Live Gold, because they didn't revamp on any of that stuff until Don Matrick left, and then Phil Spencer came in. So when Phil Spencer came in and he rolled back those trash Xbox Live Gold policies and stuff like that, I was ready to try out those games. So I was thirsty to play Titanfall. I really wanted to play Titanfall. I was so thirsty to play that one. Titanfall, Rise Son of Rome. I wanted to play that one. That game looked incredible. Quantum Break didn't come out yet, but it was coming, and that was a game that I really wanted to play. But I was not. And Sunset Overdrive, that was another one. So Xbox, in the beginning of the 8th generation, the Xbox One was coming out with seemingly banger looking games. Like, these games looked amazing. And I was like, man, I want one. And matter of fact, at that time, it was pretty dry over in the PS4 side. It was pretty dry. I think all we had was Infamous Second Son in early 2014. And then like shortly after that was The Order. But it wasn't a lot going on the PS4 side, but it was a lot going on the Xbox side. But still, I didn't want one. And that's what I want to say. Like, the Xbox One, when it launched, the games made it look so appealing, man. Despite the fact that it was a weaker system, and despite the fact that it had those trash policies, I still wanted one. But I was not going to bend to Microsoft's anything. Matter of fact, I would have never got an Xbox One if they had never rolled back those Xbox Live Gold policies, which is trash. And to this day, some of the policies are still trash, like the free-to-play games. Like, you still need Live Gold to play Fortnite and stuff like that, which is absolute trash. I think they're the only ones that force you to pay Xbox Live Gold in order to play those free-to-play games, which is trash. Even though I don't play Fortnite, it's just the principle of it. You know what I mean? But as far as the Xbox Series X, I ain't even mentioning the S. The Xbox Series S, absolutely no appeal to me at all. It's really, especially since I got an Xbox One X and I barely touched that. And if I wanted to play any Game Pass or anything like that, I would just get on Xbox One X. As a matter of fact, I got Game Pass Ultimate. I don't even touch the thing. And it ain't the fact that I think Game Pass is trash. It's not about that. It's just about, going through those. Game Pass is great for just trying out games. That's all it's for. For me, I'm not going to use it to actually literally play games. I would literally try it. And the only reason why I even got Game Pass Ultimate is because I got a free Game Pass card or something that I attached it. I attached it onto my Xbox Live Gold in order to get the Game Pass Ultimate for a year. It was some kind of, flim-flam, finagling, finesse type stuff, but I managed to get, Game Pass for, a whole, like, I think $1 Game Pass, and I attached it onto like Xbox Live Gold and got like Ultimate for like a whole year or something. That's the only reason why I got it. And the only reason why I got Xbox Live Gold is because I be wanting to play people with Madden and on both systems. You got Xbox guys that play Madden, and I'll consider myself a Madden head. So I'm looking for anybody to smack on Madden. So that's the only reason why I bought Xbox Live Gold. So the opportunity was there for me to get the Game Pass and I converted it to the Ultimate, and I got Ultimate, and I barely even touch it, man. I try out a game here and there and stuff, mess around with a little game that I would never touch, and that's it. But I would never like dedicate any gaming to Game Pass, not because I don't like it or anything. It's not about that. It's just that I don't need it. You know, if I wanted to play any of these old games, I still got my old Xbox 360. I still got my old systems, bro. I could just go to my local, my local game store down the street and pick up a game for $5 to $10 max, and I'll own that game and it'll be mine. You know what I mean? And then I'll play it, and when I'm done with it, I'll get another game that I'm looking that appeals to me. But I don't need Game Pass, none whatsoever, because I got all of the Xboxes. I got an Xbox original, Xbox 360, and an Xbox One. I don't need those games, and I don't care about playing those games in higher resolutions and frame. I don't care about all that. The game is still the same game to me. If you ask me, it's the same game. I don't care. So it does not appeal to me at all. It's just not. There's literally nothing that makes me want an Xbox at all. There's not a game for it. There's not a nothing. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that makes me want an Xbox. And honestly, if you got an Xbox One, if you got an Xbox One S, or I would even go as far as to say an Xbox One. If you got an Xbox One, you got Game Pass right there. There's literally no reason to get an Xbox Series X or S for Game Pass. There is literally, this is the way I'm seeing it. This is my logic. My logic is there is literally no reason to get an Xbox Series nothing for Game Pass. There is no reason for that. Especially when you got access to Game Pass on I think your cell phone. I know you got Game Pass on the old systems. And Xbox doesn't have anything new that you can't play on Xbox One that you have to play on Xbox Series X or something, if I'm not mistaken. So it's literally no reason to want an Xbox Series anything. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm totally I felt like I was missing out more with the Xbox One than I did with the Xbox Series. Xbox Series X, I'm not missing nothing. But with the Xbox One, I felt like I was missing out. I straight up felt like I was missing out on Titanfall. I was missing out on Sunset Overdrive. I was missing out on, until I played Sunset Overdrive, I was like, oh, this is not all that fun to me. But it looked really great. You know what I mean? And maybe I didn't give it much of a chance. Maybe I'll go back to it one of these days. But the games for the Xbox One when it launched looked mad appealing, bro. Especially Quantum Break. Jeez, that game had me. I'm like, man, I gotta get an Xbox just for that game. That's the power of exclusives. That's what exclusives do. It make you want to buy a game, buy a whole system for a game. It does. And a lot of times the experience, if it's the experience you've been expecting or looking for, it was all worth it. It was worth it. And then you're even in better shape when it come with a new game. When the console come with a new game that you wanted to play. Like when Gears of War 4 was announced, I was hyped for that game. Like, hell yeah, this looks sweet. Until I played it, and I'm like, this is boring. It was a beautiful, boring game. Gears of War 4. You know what? I managed to even beat that game. I managed to finish that game, even though it was boring. Beautiful game to look at, but it was boring. But again, that's all I wanted to say, man. I'm ranting and rambling. But yeah, there is absolutely no reason why I would want an Xbox for no reason. And I damn sure ain't going to buy a whole Xbox Series X for Game Pass. There's no way in hell, especially if I own an Xbox One already. If I own an Xbox One, there's literally no reason why I would want an Xbox Series anything. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. Hit me up. I got 2 videos. I'm going to upload the other video too about the... I got some stuff I'm going to upload back to back. But anyways, that's all I want to say. Hit me up in the comment section, man. Let me know what's up. Rome, I'm gone.